Hi, Gabriella. How are you? I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch. I haven't really been feeling well lately. I've been sleeping a lot. I haven't had a chance to get on social media either.
Oh, really? What's wrong? You're not well? Did you catch a cold or something?
No, it's nothing like that. Actually, I'm pregnant. I did a test a couple of weeks ago and I started to think I might be. Then we went to the doctor today and got a scan. We're not really telling people yet, though. So don't say anything to Lee and Will's mom. Lee knows, though. Will told him straight away.
What? That's great news. It might not last though, right? A lot of women miscarry in the first trimester. But that might be a good thing, I guess. It's really soon for you to be having a baby, don't you think? You guys were only married this year. You should be going out and having fun at your age. Think about all the adventures you'll be missing out on.
Well, maybe it's a bit sooner than we were thinking, but a baby is a precious blessing whenever it arrives. We're both really pleased.
Oh, but I wish you'd said something sooner. I know my husband is always round at your place. Isn't he getting in the way if you're not feeling very well?
No, really, it's fine. Actually, it's good when Lee is around, because he always helps Will with the dinner. I think it's their brotherly bonding time in the kitchen or something. It's great for me because it means I don't have to do anything. I just sit on the couch and read my book.
Those boys. Even though they're grown adults, they love to spend time together. It's so weird. I never feel like going over to my sister's house to cook. I guess men are just like that. They never really grow up.
I love that they get along so well. I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I never got to experience that kind of friendship. I'm so jealous of Will for having a brother who's also his close friend. And he lives so nearby.
If you say things like that, they're bound to get carried away. That's why they spend so much time together. You're encouraging them. Are you sure you're not just being overly polite because my husband used to be your boss?
No, I genuinely think it's so nice for them to have each other.
If you don't want him round at your place all the time, just feel free to say so. I won't be offended.
It's nothing like that. I never feel uncomfortable around Lee. He was a great boss. Besides, he takes such good care of Will and he's always polite and good to me. Actually, I think he's probably doing both of us a favor by being around to help out so much. I think Will is counting on him to help with decorating the baby's room. They're already moving all his gym stuff out of there and into the garage.
Well, that's fine then.
We're so thankful to you as well, Gabriella. It'd be nice if you could come over sometime when Lee's coming. It's really no problem at all to have you guys around.
Okay, sure. But I'm kind of disappointed you'll be parents. We won't be able to party like we used to. I thought I finally made a wife friend who I could hang out with during the day and drink with and stuff. Now I'm all alone again. It seems like all of my friends are having babies these days. You were the last person I knew who didn't have kids.
Oh, really? I'm sorry for that. I didn't know. But once my morning sickness has died down a bit, we can still go for lunch and things. The baby isn't due for another 8 months, so there's no need for everything to change just yet.
Oh, no. That's not what I mean, honey. I just think once people start having kids, it's so difficult to talk to them. Even when they're pregnant, it seems like women just want to talk about their children and that's it. And if there's anyone around who doesn't have kids, like me, we just get sidelined. No one's interested in my life because I can't join in all these conversations about stretch marks and teething and all of those things.
Oh, I hadn't thought of it like that. I've never noticed that with my girlfriends who are moms.
Have you never felt like there's a kind of barrier separating married people and unmarried people? I think it's the same for people with kids and people without. We just don't share enough things in common to have a good conversation.
I really never noticed anything like that. Are you sure you're not just imagining it? I still have plenty to talk about with my friends. And even when I'm a mother, I don't think I want to spend all my time talking about children. That sounds even more exhausting.
Well, I don't mean any offense, Justine, but I think maybe you're just not that perceptive about these things. Personally, I'm wealthy and bright and I have a strong social media presence. I have a lot of followers.
I know. I love your posts. You always look so chic and fashionable.
That's what I mean. A lot of housewives with kids follow me, and they're always messaging and leaving comments about how good I look. I know they're jealous because I have so much free time and money to spend on myself. Some people even say, if I didn't have kids, I'd look like that. You should have a look through the comments when you get a chance. It's kind of embarrassing how obvious it is, that all of these people are so envious of my lifestyle.
Oh, right. Yeah, when I start to feel better, I'll check it out. It's probably pretty funny.
I wonder how much you'll change after you have kids.
I don't want to change too much, but I've never experienced this before. I guess it's probably inevitable.
Oh, I have a great idea. When your baby is born, let's do a photo shoot with the baby wearing all sorts of beautiful designer clothes and accessories. It'll be so cute. And all of the poor mothers who follow me will get so jealous. It'll be so controversial. They'll all get super mad and comment things like, Who puts their newborn in designer clothes? They're going to get ruined and stuff.
I don't really think that's my thing. I'm not planning on buying any designer items for the baby. I don't think we could afford it.
What? I thought you used to work at the same company as Lee. Don't you have savings from when you were working? You must have money in the bank. Isn't Will working for an investment bank or something like that? He must be making lots of money, isn't he?
We're doing all right, I guess. But we both said we just want to keep saving as much as possible. We might actually start a college fund in case we have more kids in the future. So I don't think this is a good time to be spending money like that.
Oh, come on. It's not as if you're poor. You're definitely more tight-fisted than I thought, though. But this is what I mean about when people become parents. Your priorities change. You get boring.
I don't think my priorities have changed so much. I've never really liked designer things anyway. It might be because of my upbringing. We never had much money when I was a kid, so I learned to always save as much as possible.
Oh, I see. I thought you were more like me. I guess I was wrong. You do have some really nice designer stuff, so I thought you were into it.
I don't have much designer stuff, actually. Just a couple of things I bought for myself before I met Will. I remember I was super excited when I got my first paycheck. I got myself a really expensive bag. I've thought about selling it, though.
I thought that bag was a present. Didn't you get Will to buy that for you when you were dating? That would have been so romantic. You really bought it yourself?
Will really isn't interested in designer things. He's never bought me anything like that. But that's fine. I'd rather have something meaningful.
Oh my god, are you serious? I'm so pleased I married the right brother. At least Lee knows how to buy presents. I really think who you marry makes a huge difference to your life, doesn't it? It's really not a decision you should just make with your heart. But everyone is different. I guess you and Will suit each other. But I definitely couldn't be married to him.
Yeah, everyone is different, that's for sure.
Anyway, when you're feeling better and your morning sickness has gone away, let's get lunch. I'll take you somewhere nice that we don't usually go to. It'll be my treat, okay?
It's okay, actually. I don't need to go somewhere special. We can just go somewhere we normally go.
No, it's fine, I promise. I don't want to go somewhere fancy so I can take pictures for my social media.
Oh, right. You choose somewhere then.
Okay, well, look after yourself. I hope you feel better soon. I'm going to get a massage. My shoulders are so tight today because I spent all day yesterday working out and taking selfies by the pool.
Gabriella, what on earth do you think you're doing?
Oh, honey, you're still alive? I heard you got taken to hospital in an ambulance, so I thought you must have died or at least had a miscarriage or something.
How can you say that as though it's no big deal?
So, what about the baby?
We're both fine. No thanks to you.
Oh, it survived too then.
I really don't understand what's going on here. You beat me up and knocked me unconscious and basically left me for dead. Were you actually trying to kill me? Or the baby?
If I was, it wouldn't be my fault. You're the one in the wrong here.
What have I ever done to you? I don't understand.
You've been cheating with my husband. That's what. I think you deserve what you got. I just wish I made sure no one found you. I bet that baby you're carrying is my husband's child, isn't it? It all adds up. You're a thief. You've stolen my husband and ruined my life. How dare you talk to me as though I've done something wrong? You've got some nerve, haven't you? I trusted you. I thought you were my friend. I couldn't imagine you betray me in this way. You deserved what you got and worse.
Excuse me? You think I've been cheating on Will with his brother? That's a ridiculous idea. I don't know how you can even suggest it. Where has that idea come from? This baby is Will's child. There's no possible way it could be otherwise.
Oh, please. I know everything. I saw my husband taking you to the OBGYN in the middle of the day when he should have been at work. You can't tell me he was just helping you out. I saw you together.
What? Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions?
No, there's no way that's normal. A man doesn't usually go out of his way to take his brother's wife to the doctor's office.
I really think there's been a misunderstanding, Gabriella. You've got it totally wrong. I was on my way to the OBGYN and I met Lee by chance as he was on his way back to the office. He'd been out on a call somewhere. I forgot where he'd been. But he saw me walking and he thought he might as well give me a ride. He said the doctor's office was on his route back to work, so I got in the car and he drove me. Then when I was in the car, I started to feel nauseous again. So he had to get out and help me into the doctor's office. I really shouldn't have got into that car. It didn't do me any good at all.
Do you really think I'm going to believe that pitiful excuse that you obviously just made up on the spot?
It really was a coincidence. I promise, neither of us is doing anything behind your back. But you can't think Lee and I are cheating just based on seeing us together at the doctor. That's insane! Do you have a guilty conscience or something? Is that why you're pointing fingers at us?
That's not the only proof I have. There's more.
Go on then. What else do you have? There can't be much because it's not true.
My husband bought a book of baby names. Why is my husband thinking of baby names? He's not even interested in having children. He told me that. Why would he do that unless he knows the baby is his?
Gabriella, you're out of control. Will and I asked Lee to think of baby names because we're asking him to name the baby on our behalf. Will thought it would be a nice gesture. We were actually thinking of asking you both to be godparents. I don't think that's going to happen now. It was just because Lee was the one who introduced me to Will and basically set us up on our first date. He's the one who brought us together. That's the only reason he would buy a book of baby names.
You're really good at making up excuses, aren't you, Justine?
They're not excuses. But neither of the things you're talking about is actually proof that Lee is cheating on you. With me or anyone. I'm just telling you the truth. Don't you think you're overthinking these things a bit? You're accusing us of something terrible.
I'm not overthinking this. There is definitely something going on. Ever since you said you were pregnant, Lee has been acting really weird. He's been so distant.
He has?
Yes, he's not his usual self. He keeps finding little things to complain about. He even took my credit card away the other day.
Why would that have anything to do with me? I'm sure the timing is just a coincidence. Have you tried talking to him about it?
It must have something to do with you. You're the only woman in his phone book that he has any contact with.
But we only ever send messages about Will. Or I ask what time he's coming over and he asks if I need him to bring anything. Otherwise, I don't text him at all. But why does his attitude have to have anything to do with another woman? It could just be something at work or at home that he's not happy about.
Well, I think you guys probably have some kind of secret code where you can exchange meeting times and places and stuff. There's something between you two, and I don't like it.
No, I'm sorry, but this is all just a figment of your imagination. I think you should stop letting your imagination run riot. You need to talk to your husband. I can't believe you attacked me and hit me and pushed me down a flight of stairs all because of a misunderstanding.
This is not a misunderstanding. I guarantee it.
It is! I haven't done anything wrong, but what you've done to me is a crime!
No, it's just common sense that if you steal someone's husband and sleep with them and get pregnant, you're going to get beaten up. You were just jealous of me, weren't you? You can admit it, Justine. You wished your husband made as much money as mine, so that you could have all the nice things I do. So you thought it would just be easier to try and steal my husband away.
You're completely crazy! I don't want anything more to do with you. Are we finished here?
You're the one who's finished, Justine. I know all of your little tricks and lies now. I'm going to tell Lee's mom and dad all about this. I'll let them all read this conversation and see who they believe. I've been part of this family a lot longer than you, so I think I can be pretty confident. You'll be out of our lives before you know it. I wish you had never woken up. If I had my way, you'd still be lying at the bottom of those stairs. I'll never forgive you for this.
It's okay. There's no need for you to tell everyone. Everyone is here at the hospital with me. I'll tell them. Actually, to be honest, they already know.
What?
Will, Lee and their mom and dad are all right here and they've been reading your messages with me. Lee and his mom are both pretty shocked that you would say such horrible things.
That can't be true. Why didn't you say they were there? Are they shocked to find out you've been cheating?
We are not cheating, as I've already told you. But it looks like you might be getting a divorce soon, so you should probably start preparing for that.
Why would I be getting a divorce?
You attacked me and threw me down the stairs while I was pregnant. You basically admitted you were trying to kill me and my unborn child. And it was all because of a stupid misunderstanding you had about your husband. I'm going to report it to the police. Luckily, I think there was a security camera above those stairs. So there should be pretty good footage of you hitting and pushing me. I hope you're as excited to watch it as I am.
Justine, I'm so sorry. I've done something terrible to you. I just want to apologize for everything I've put you through. Can I come and visit you when you get out of the hospital? I won't come over unless you say it's okay.
I don't want to hear your apology. Thanks very much. And Will has said that you're not allowed anywhere near me or our house. So I don't think you should come over. If you try to come here, I expect Will might call the police. So don't come unless you want to be arrested.
Well, I'm sure you probably realize this already, but I really made a huge mistake. Everything I thought I knew about you and Lee was just a complete misunderstanding, and I totally overreacted.
Yes, of course I know that. I told you that you were making a mistake, but you refused to listen to me, didn't you? You accused me of cheating with my husband's brother.
But this is Lee's fault too. He was acting so suspiciously. I was convinced he was cheating on me.
Honestly, I don't think he did anything that was even the slightest bit suspicious.
But he was acting so cold and distant. I didn't think there could be any other explanation. And if there was another woman, you were the only candidate. There isn't anyone else it could have been. You're the only other woman he knows, apparently.
I can't believe you would jump straight to the conclusion that he was cheating and start searching his phone for candidates. You thought Lee would cheat on his own brother? You can't accuse people of acting suspiciously when it's just a man visiting his brother's house and his brother's wife happens to be there too.
I know. I'm just so hot-headed. I always jump to conclusions. So whenever I start to think something is true, suddenly I can't see any other explanations.
But as I keep saying, you put me in the hospital because you're so hot-headed. I could have lost the baby. Do you even understand the significance of what you've done and how serious it could have been?
I do. I promise. I understand what could have happened. I hit you and pushed you down the stairs while you were pregnant. Even I think I've done something terrible.
It's too late for regrets. I'm sorry, but your remorse probably isn't going to help you now. And I heard from Will that the reason Lee was being so distant with you was actually your fault, wasn't it?
It looks like it. And the reason he took my credit card away was apparently that I was spending too much. I don't know why he couldn't have just said so at the time. Then we would have avoided this kind of misunderstanding. He's always forgiven me in the past when I spent too much. If Will did that to you, you'd think something was up, wouldn't you? Especially if he didn't explain why he was doing it.
But Lee said he'd been warning you for ages that he'd take your card away if you didn't stop overspending. He just gave up talking to you about it and decided to take action instead. I think it's your fault for not being able to control your impulses. You should be taking responsibility for your spending.
But I don't even remember it being so much. I can't think what I bought or why he was so mad.
You don't remember what you're buying? You've obviously got a huge problem then.
Anyway, Lee is working for a huge multinational company. I thought he was wealthy. I just assumed we don't really need to worry about how much we're spending.
Just because someone works for a multinational doesn't mean they're wealthy. So many people work for a big company and still don't earn a lot of money. It all depends on what job you do. Lee is just a line manager, isn't he? He said you never used to act like this or spend more than was necessary. It's all since you started posting so much on social media.
Well, it's not my fault I have to use social media so much these days. My life is so boring otherwise. All of my friends are mothers now, and they've all changed so much. None of them want to hang out and drink cocktails like we used to. And they all act so superior now that they're parents. It's as though they just don't have time for me and my meaningless little life. I just wanted to show them the kind of life they were missing out on. They always complained about not being able to spend money and time on themselves. So that's all I was doing.
I think it's pretty much common sense to assume that people are going to change once they become parents. Can't you cut them some slack?
You're just as bad as everyone else for acting so superior, aren't you? I'm so sorry, okay? Can you ever forgive me? Look, I'm just saying I understand I put you through a terrible experience and I realize now it was a mistake and it was all my fault. I won't be spending too much from now on. And I won't be causing you any more trouble.
This isn't the kind of problem that's just going to go away if you apologize.
But Lee said if I don't want to get a divorce, I have to get you to forgive me. I don't want him to leave me, Justine. What do I have to do to get you to accept my apology?
You've created this problem for yourself. For the last 3 years that I've known you, you've always spent as much money as you like and never listened when your husband asked you to cut back. And this time, when he finally tried to stop you, you accused him of cheating on you with his brother's wife. And then you put me in hospital, when it had absolutely nothing to do with me in the first place. I actually think he has plenty of good reasons to ask you for a divorce.
Justine, please. It doesn't have to be the truth. He just has to think you've forgiven me. Maybe you could tell him you forgive me and I'll work on making that come true.
Have you been listening to anything I've said? How is that going to help your case? I honestly do not understand how you can say such a thing. No, I'm not going to lie to my brother-in-law for you.
But this was all a misunderstanding. I never would have tried to hurt you if Lee had explained what was going on. It's so unfair for him to be asking for a divorce over such an arbitrary thing. You're not going to retract the statement you made to the police either, are you?
Of course not. You committed a crime, Gabriella.
I'm really sorry, Justine. If you forgive me, I promise to endure whatever punishment you decide. I'll never do anything like this again.
You won't get another chance to do this again, if I can help it. Hell is going to freeze over before I see you again.
But I'm really sorry for what I've done. Why won't you accept that? I was just so upset with you, because I thought you of all people wouldn't abandon me so soon to start having children. And then when I thought you were cheating with my husband, that was such a huge shock. I know I was completely out of control.
I can't do anything for you now, Gabriella. It's in the hands of the police and they're dealing with it. They actually told me I shouldn't have any more contact with you, so I think I should probably block your number now.
Justine, why won't you listen to me? I'm sorry. I thought you were nice. I thought you would at least listen to me and try to understand what I was going through. Please don't abandon me. We've been friends for so long. You were always so kind to me, listening to my stupid stories of how many followers I had. Even when I thought you were cheating, I never hated you. I was so happy to have such a kind and generous sister-in-law. I never had a good relationship with my own sister after all, and my family basically threw me out after college.
I know what you're trying to do. You won't be able to manipulate me, okay? You said that people always change when they become parents, but I think that's a misunderstanding too. I wonder if you're the one who has changed since your friends began to start their own families. Isn't it you who's jealous of them? Maybe you should take some time to think that over. After that, my brother-in-law filed for divorce from Gabriella. I felt sorry for her, but I could never forgive her for putting my baby's life in danger. When they were first married, she didn't overspend or waste money on useless things. But as she began to use social media more, she started trying to show off her wealth and status, and that encouraged her to buy more and more stuff. I honestly do think that people change a lot after they become parents. I think it's necessary for us to change, actually. But I haven't met any new parents who really try to show off and think they're superior to others in the way that she was suggesting. I think that was actually what she was doing in her social media. She was the one who wanted to make fools out of her so-called friends. I didn't press charges against Gabriella. She agreed to a settlement, and a restraining order was placed so that she isn't allowed within 100 yards of me or my house. I just never want to be anywhere near her, ever again. I can't describe the fear I felt for my baby and for myself when she attacked me. I want to make sure I keep my child safe. I think that's what any parent would want. Gabriella was made to pay me the value of my hospital bills as part of the settlement. I heard from Lee that after she moved out, she went back to her parents' house. Apparently, she's living a pretty quiet life there. Her social media accounts have all been deleted since the incident. I don't think she's got anything to brag about these days. But since she had to take out a loan to pay off the settlement, I'm guessing she doesn't have much money lying around, so there's probably nothing to post pictures of. Hopefully, she's learned not to show off or be so condescending now that no one is acting jealous of her. When she attacked me and pushed me down the stairs, I hit my head pretty hard. I was in the hospital for a few days, but I've recovered now. Will and I are looking forward to welcoming our first child in a couple of months. Will thinks it's going to be a boy, but I'm not so sure. I think that when you grow up and get older, you start to have different interests, and it's natural to fall out of touch with some of your friends. It seems like Gabriella reacted to that in a pretty unreasonable way, and that's why she ended up estranged from her friends and family. I think that no matter how much you grow apart from your friends, you should always try and stay in touch. It's really important to try and preserve your relationships. I'm not trying to turn the situation with my sister-in-law into a lesson on morality, but from now on, I'm going to try to make sure I value my friendships as much as I can.
Hey, Jessica. I'm coming home a little late. I'm so sorry. Start eating dinner without me. Don't wait up. Wait, really? Not again. I already prepared dinner and finished setting up the table. How many times do I have to tell you? Give me a call beforehand if you know you are going to be late for supper. I'm really sorry about this. I swear I didn't know until the last minute. Out of the blue, my boss came in with new assignments and he told me he wanted them done by the end of the day. Oh well, I'm used to it by now. I bet the kids will eat your dinner too, so it won't go to waste. They are growing boys. I bet it would be enough for the two of them. Oh yeah, I received a call from Chris. Apparently he was reprimanded again. No, it is not like that. He always teases and makes fun of his brother, so I told him to knock it off. That is it. He is so overly dramatic. Is that so? That is not what I heard. I heard that Alex has been hitting him. Chris said he was the one who started the fight. No, of course not. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes. It was Chris who hit Alex first. Really? Are you sure about that? Huh. That does not sound like Chris at all. Alex always outshines Chris. I guess he was just jealous and took it out on him. That is why he called you, because he likes you more than me and told you his side of the story. I bet you are thinking I'm showing favoritism to Alex by scolding Chris. Aren't you? Be honest with me. Well, to be honest, yeah, kind of. Lately, it seems you are always on Alex's side. Chris is the kind of kid who does not pick fights. I always thought he was so quiet and conservative. Sorry, I was just checking. I'm sure there are two sides to every story. I'm always at home and watching over the kids while you are working in the office all day. I think I have a better understanding of what is going on between the kids, don't you? Well, yeah, I suppose that is true.
Then why don't you trust me? I'm their mother. I will love them equally. I will never show favoritism to my own kids, and I will scold any one of them if they misbehave.
Yeah, I get it. It just feels like this has been going on for some time now. It feels like they are fighting every day now. It was never like that. What do you think happened?
Like I said, I bet Chris is just jealous of Alex. He does so well in school and he does his chores, unlike Chris. Alex is such a good kid. That is why I tend to praise him more often than Chris.
I'm pretty sure Chris is a great kid too. You're just too focused on Alex.
I forgot to mention, Alex is so popular at school. He has so many friends and girls ask him out almost every day. It is insane.
Okay. What does that have to do with Chris?
Apparently, kids at school compare the two, and Chris is teased often for not being like Alex.
Really? I'm sure Chris is a handsome-looking guy too.
What? You cannot be serious. Chris looks exactly like you. Talk about tooting your own horn.
Hey, what are you saying? I'm not ugly. I was a good-looking kid back then. And are you saying that I'm not good-looking now? Jeez, you can be so hurtful sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we were talking about our kids. Look, Chris is just really jealous of Alex right now. It is just a phase. I'm sure it will pass sooner or later. I feel bad for Alex. Chris should not take out his jealousy and frustration on his brother.
Oh, come on. Well, just don't be too mad at Chris whenever he acts up. He is just sensitive, you know? It's not a big deal. Some people are just more in tune with their emotions, and that's okay. Remember, he is only in the 3rd grade, you know? He's still a young kid, figuring things out and learning as he goes. It's important to cut him some slack and not expect him to have it all figured out. Childhood is a time for exploration, growth, and making mistakes. So let him be a kid and give him room to learn and develop at his own pace. It's our job as adults to guide and support him, not to put too much pressure on him at such a young age.
He became selfish because you constantly indulge and spoil him with your pampering. Your excessive coddling and lack of discipline have led him to develop a self-centered attitude. It's crucial to set boundaries and teach him the values of empathy, responsibility, and consideration for others.
Are you sure about that? Alex is not so innocent either, you know? Alex has quite the attitude. He ignores me whenever I'm around. I'm his dad. What did I ever do to receive that kind of treatment from my own son?
Oh, come on. You're overreacting. Isn't it just an early rebellious phase? It's natural and inevitable in the process of growth, so there's nothing you can do about it, right?
I suppose so. I guess that makes sense. It feels nostalgic that Alex used to play soccer with me until recently. Gosh, it is so lonely.
Oh well, what can you do? Alex is already in 5th grade. Alex is growing up. He would not want to play soccer with you forever.
I suppose, but why does he want to shut me out whenever I'm around? To be honest, that hurts my feelings so much. I'm on the verge of tears.
Then you should try to step up and be more of a father figure to him, you know? Kids, especially at his age, look up to their parents and seek guidance and support from them. It's crucial for him to have a positive male role model in his life. Someone who can show him what it means to be responsible, caring, and supportive. Taking an active role in his life and being there for him emotionally and physically will make a significant difference. Engage in activities together. Have heart-to-heart conversations, and be a listening ear when he needs it. By being a strong father figure, you can help shape his character and provide him with the love and guidance he needs to thrive. Maybe the reason why he ignores you is because he simply doesn't look up to you. Simple as that.
I don't know how I feel about that assessment. Do you really think so?
Yeah, I do think so. I honestly do. If you want Alex to look up to you, then start making some more money. Spend more time with the kids by taking them out to eat or going to the arcade. Do something fun once in a while. If you do that, Alex will surely look up to you and start noticing you.
I'm not sure bribing him is the right thing to do.
If you buy them whatever they want, they will do anything you say. It is that simple.
Really? Do you honestly believe that? I don't know about this. I'm not sure that this is the right thing to do.
Children are so simple. It is so easy to manipulate them. It is just how they are. I need to go and make dinner. Alex said he is starving, so I'm going to hang up now. See you later.
All right. See you later. I will be sure to come home before midnight, just like we agreed. I know it's important to you, and I don't want to cause any worries or stress. So you can count on me to be back on time and make sure everything is taken care of. Don't wait up on me. Go ahead and sleep without me. Hey, Jessica. Do you have a second? I need to talk to you.
What is it? I need to be somewhere, so can you please make this quick?
What? What do you have planned?
I'm meeting up with some friends for tea.
Oh, I see. I need to talk about Alex.
Yeah? What about him?
Yesterday, when I was playing with Chris, I invited Alex too. Then he told me that I'm not his real father.
Wait, what?
Alex said I'm a completely different person. He told me that I'm not the dad he remembers.
Oh, I see. So, what? Why are you bringing this up?
What do you mean? I was so shocked when he told me all that. It was so demeaning. Why would he say something so toxic all of a sudden?
I don't know. Maybe it is something he picked up from school or on the internet?
Do you think so? Can you ask Alex without him noticing that you are asking on my behalf? Pretty please. It is apparent that he likes you more than me.
Alex is such a good kid whenever I'm around. Probably it is the way you treated him when you and Chris were playing together the other day. You should try and connect with him more.
What do you mean exactly?
Like I said before, you should spoil him from time to time. It is not like we are poor or anything. We have money to spoil our kids on toys, games, and whatever else they are into.
I do not think it is such a good idea to buy him whatever he wants whenever he wants. He needs to understand the concept of money. He is going to end up as a spoiled brat and expect everything to be taken care of.
You are so stubborn sometimes. You need to let your hair down. Let loose with your money.
Really? Do you honestly think so? Ideally, I want the children to learn about the concept of money. The concept of money is not something they can learn at school. It is important that they learn the importance of money before they become adults.
Oh my goodness. You know, I do not care about that kind of talk.
Would it kill you to have a little bit of patience? It's not that hard to understand.
I'm sure they also dislike those preachy aspects. You are so serious all the time. It is mentally exhausting. Of course kids will not show interest in that. No kid will. It is no wonder Alex is ignoring you. It is because you keep talking about uninteresting things without reading the atmosphere. That is why children find you unpleasant.
Whoa, all right. I'm sorry.
Not just Alex. I mean, it's not just about him, you know? I'm starting to get really annoyed too. It's not fair that we have to put up with this behavior and constant drama. To be perfectly honest, you know, I've got to say, you're acting a bit uncool. I mean, I don't want to be harsh or anything, but some of the things you've been doing or saying lately, they're just not cool, you know?
What? Wait, hold on a sec. Did I just hear you say that I'm not cool? Are you serious right now? Just because I might not fit into your idea of what's cool doesn't mean I'm not cool at all.
You're not refined, or rather, a bit uncouth. I know you cannot suddenly become a handsome dad, but I think it would be better to make yourself look a bit younger.
I suppose you're right. I should work on my appearance.
Right? You look so old for your age. Honestly, it sickens me. You should be more fashionable and stay up to date on the trends.
All right, if you insist. I will try.
Great. Sounds like a plan. Are we done here? I need to call a cab if I'm going to make it in time for tea with my friends.
Yeah, I guess we are done here. Have fun at your tea party. Oh wait, hang on, don't go yet. There is something I need to talk about regarding Chris.
What is it now? I told you I'm busy. Can you make it quick?
Be concise and get straight to the point. He said that you only spend time with Alex. He was pouting that you never take him anywhere.
Oh, that? This is why you stopped me from getting a cab? Stop being so dramatic about this. That is because he misbehaves wherever we go. So I made him stay at home while Alex and I went out.
Really? He is only in the 3rd grade. Don't you think he is too young to be at home all by himself? He must be so lonely in there.
Stop being so dramatic. It is only for a few hours. It is not a big deal. Honestly, it's just a minor issue that doesn't warrant so much attention or concern. Let's not blow it out of proportion and waste our energy on something that is relatively insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
I don't know. I still think he is too young to stay at home alone. Don't you think it is a little cruel for you to leave him all alone while you and Alex spend quality time together?
How else is he supposed to learn from his misbehavior? I will be heading out now. I think you're just being too nice to Chris. Before criticizing my favoritism, reevaluate yourself first. Hey! What is the meaning of this? Where are you right now? Answer your phone!
Judging from your reaction, I take it you already read my letter.
Yeah, I did. Why did you take Chris with you? You also left these divorce papers behind. Explain yourself. What is the meaning of this? What about me and Alex? Are you just going to abandon us?
Yeah, pretty much. You two are no longer family to me.
What? You're not making any sense right now.
Really? You don't understand why I'm doing this?
Yeah. Should I understand? What did Alex and I ever do to you? Come back home with Chris at once.
Oh, I don't think I can come back anytime soon. Well, I will come back with a lawyer. We will talk then.
No, that is not what I meant. Why are you doing this? Why so sudden? I don't get it. Explain it to me.
You already know why I did this. Alex is not my child. He never was.
What? What are you talking about?
Stop pretending. I did my own research.
Why would you do such a thing? Of course Alex is your child.
Lately, Alex has been acting up. I always wondered why. There were often discrepancies between what Chris was saying and what you were saying. They never match up, and it got me wondering. I was also concerned about the difference in your attitude towards our children.
What? What are you saying all of a sudden?
Stop pretending. I already know everything, so it is pointless trying to hide it anymore. Since about 6 months ago, you've been meeting Alex's biological father, right? If I remember correctly, he's someone who dabbles in show business, right? He does theater and other stuff in media, right?
What? What are you talking about? You're not making any sense at all.
You are so pathetic. I already told you to stop pretending. I did not want to believe it, but I conducted a DNA test. I was so shocked. Alex is not my actual son. I cannot believe you were uniting Alex with his actual father behind my back.
Seriously? Alex told you all that?
No, I hired these detectives to follow you and Alex around while I wasn't home. I found out all of this from a private investigation report. They were quite thorough. No wonder Alex hated my guts and ignored me all of a sudden. It makes sense now. I'm not his dad.
Okay, listen. There is a simple explanation to this. I honestly thought Alex was your son. But apparently he was the son of my old boyfriend.
Just stop it. You should just assume that I know everything. You are embarrassing yourself. We were married well over a year after Alex was born. How could you get confused? Either way, you were cheating on me as soon as we got married. I want a divorce. You are no longer my wife. Do not worry about Chris. I will take good care of him. Chris also said he'd rather be with me anyway.
What about Alex? Don't you care about him too? You were his dad for the past 10 years.
Of course I care about him. That is why I asked him his preference before leaving. He would rather live with you and his new dad.
What? Alex actually said that?
He sure did. Let's talk sometime this weekend. We have a lot to cover. Let's discuss matters of custody and finances at that time as well.
Oh, I see. Fine, whatever. I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. I have also been thinking that it might be time for me to move on.
Just to let you know, I expect you to pay the proper compensation for the love affair.
What? Heck no! I won't pay for the love affair compensation. How else am I supposed to pay for Alex's education expenses?
What?
Legally speaking, he is still registered as your child, right? You're just going to cast him off the family registry like that? What about all the time you spent with Alex? You don't want to do anything for him just because now you find out that he is not your child?
If he needs educational expenses, I'm considering to provide support. He may not be my biological son, but I still care about him. He is as good as my son.
Well then, in that case, I don't want you to support Alex. That is why I'm not paying any sort of compensation for the love affair.
Well, if that is your wish. But I will have custody of Chris. You are the one who will be paying for these educational expenses, you know?
What? Are you being serious right now? Isn't that the dad's responsibility?
What? Of course not.
Fine, whatever. Well, there's also the division of assets, right? I'll pay that much at least.
We will go more in depth later. However, when it comes to divorcing, it should only happen after the children are fully informed and agree to it. Be sure you talk to Alex about this. I will be sure to call him to make sure.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm glad this happened. With this, I can go back to my ex-boyfriend, and I heard he recently got a role in drama. From now on, I'll be the wife of a celebrity, you know? It's great to be able to break up with someone like you who only cares about money and is uncool. Hey, are you there? I need to talk to you about something.
What is it? Do you want to arrange a meeting so you can see the kids?
No, it is not about the kids. I have been reflecting on my actions. I realized how stupid and selfish I have been.
What? We already got a divorce. What are you getting at?
It is painful to be separated from the kids. I never expected that at the last minute Alex would say he wants to live with you. It is not just Alex. I am also worried about Chris.
Don't worry about them. Alex and Chris are getting along quite well. The fighting has stopped ever since they started living with me. My parents are taking good care of them while I'm at work.
But what about me? I miss them so much.
I do not care about what you feel. You were hanging out with your ex-boyfriend ever since we got a divorce. You never cared about them since. Why should you get a second chance with us?
I was just so caught up in the moment. I thought I could live happily with him.
Speaking of your ex-boyfriend, he is gaining a lot of popularity these days. Wasn't he featured on the media as a late-blooming actor? That's great. You can remarry someone popular. Good for you.
You have got to be kidding me. That man is just a despicable jerk.
What? What are you talking about?
We are no longer living together. I even paid his debts and bills with the money I got from the division of assets. And after a little while, he said he wants to focus on his work and break up.
Oh, I see.
He dumped me! I cannot believe this. He would rather focus on his career than spending time with me.
Well, I think you got what you deserved. Don't blame me, the kids, or your ex-boyfriend for your mistake.
I was an idiot. I was a fool for deceiving you. If it is possible, I want us to get back together again. I should have never trusted him. I deeply regret it now, realizing that you, who were sincere, were actually better.
Wow, you have some nerve for trying to get back at me. You were the one who cheated on me. You were the one who tricked me into believing that Alex was my actual son. You said you were glad I was getting a divorce, so you can become a trophy wife of a celebrity.
But I get it now! I finally realized what is important to me. I miss you and the kids. You guys mean the whole world to me. I'm sorry. I really regret my actions. Please forgive me. Give me another chance. Please.
Stop pretending. Stop wasting any more of my time. You really don't feel that way, do you? I know exactly what you are thinking. You are really doing this for the money, aren't you? Since you are no longer with your ex-boyfriend, you no longer have anyone to take care of you. You are broke.
No, that is not true at all. I really genuinely do care about you. I swear it. I love you and the kids so much. Please hear me out. I believe that now I can become a better mother and wife.
I'm sorry, but we already started our new life and we like it the way it is. Both Alex and Chris have a better relationship now than when you were here, so it would be troublesome if you were to come back at this point. Having you around would only create unnecessary trouble.
Oh, come on. You do not mean that. Please don't say that. I truly regret what I did to you and the kids. Please forgive me.
If you truly regret your actions, then you wouldn't reach out for reconciliation like this. You are always thinking about yourself. You never cared about us. Alex initially wanted to live with you, but he is a smart kid. He saw right through you.
I promise I will learn from my mistakes. Please give me a chance to prove myself.
I broke up with you because I don't want you to hurt the children anymore.
I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Can't you give me another chance?
No matter how many times you apologize, beg, or plead, I'm not planning on getting back together with you. I will never forgive you for this heartbreak and betrayal. So stop wasting your breath trying to apologize or make excuses.
Please. I promise I will change for you and the kids, starting from this very moment. I'm committed to becoming a better person, a loving partner, and a devoted parent. I understand the pain I have caused, and I'm determined to make amends and rebuild the trust that has been broken. I will do whatever you want. I will become your ideal wife, supporting you in every way possible. I'm willing to make any necessary changes to ensure our happiness and build a stronger future together. Please believe in my sincerity and give me a chance to prove my love and dedication to you.
You will do anything for me? If that's the case, then don't say anything about wanting to reconcile ever again.
Those kids still need their mother's love. They need a mom to take care of them. They haven't learned common sense yet. I'm deeply concerned about their education and how it will impact their future. I want to ensure that they have every opportunity to succeed and thrive in life. Their well-being and academic development are my top priorities, and I'm committed to providing them with the best possible educational support and resources. Let's work together to create a bright and promising future for our children.
Huh. Do not make me laugh. You should look in the mirror before saying such a thing. You're the one who is sorely lacking common sense. You're the one in the family who is most uncertain about the future, right? Our kids have a future ahead of them, so they don't need an inappropriate mother who engages in love affairs. After that, my ex-wife contacted me multiple times about getting back together. Because she was being overly persistent, I had my lawyer warn her and prohibit direct contact. From now on, all communication will go through my lawyer. We cannot completely sever ties because there is visitation and interaction with the children. If she tries to push for reconciliation during visitation, we have agreed to reevaluate the visitation agreement. So I don't think there will be any further actions taken from her side. Furthermore, my parents accompany me during visitation, so she shouldn't be able to do anything inappropriate. And my ex-wife feels envious that her ex-boyfriend has gained recognition as an actor in society. Recently, she exposed her ex-boyfriend in a weekly magazine. I heard that it has caused a dispute between her and his agency. Since it involves matters between them, I don't have the right to interfere. However, if any harm comes to my children, I intend to take appropriate measures. It has been over 2 years since the divorce, but it seems that the attachment to her ex-boyfriend still hasn't faded. I believe it would be best if her ex-boyfriend is completely brought down by the public, and both of them continue to experience this negative chain of events. Furthermore, both of my sons have become brighter, and they seem to enjoy going to school every day more than before. For children, their parents' divorce is a traumatic experience. They must have been hurt a lot, and I think it was very tough for them. But when I see my kids now living happily, it brings a little relief to my heart. I have sworn to never let them experience the same thing again. Although there is no biological connection with my eldest son, he is the child I have raised all along. I want to continue showering my eldest son, who expressed a desire to come back to me, with as much love as my second son, without causing him unnecessary worries about blood relations. I will create a happy and warm family with my precious sons.
Hi, Greta. I found a sweater on the couch, and I think you must have left it here when you came over last night. The green one is yours, isn't it?
Oh, that's where it went. I was looking for it this morning, but couldn't find it anywhere. I'll go over and pick it up another time. But it's good to know that I didn't lose it.
Should I drop it by your place when I go to do some errands today? Then you can get it back sooner.
You don't need to do that. I can pick it up myself. It's no big deal. It will give me an excuse to come over and see Greg as well. Just keep it somewhere until then. I will probably be around in a few days anyway.
It's not a problem for me to drop it off, but if that's what you prefer, then okay.
That would work better for me. By the way, Stella, I wanted to ask you something. You cooked dinner for me last night, right? I had some things to say about it. Is that always the kind of food that you serve to my son?
I guess so. I don't serve him the same thing, of course, but I guess the style is similar. Is there a problem? Did you not like it or something?
Well, to be honest, not really, no. It looked good at first, but then I was quite disappointed. It tasted different to the food that I am used to eating. Or it would be better to say that it didn't really taste like anything at all. I think I have spoken to you about this before, but have you been making sure to learn to cook properly?
I go to some cooking classes once or twice a month, so I think I have been getting better. Sorry, but I guess my cooking still isn't quite at your level. I am doing my best to improve, though.
It still tastes like that, even though you go to classes. Do you even learn anything there? Maybe you should switch to another class. You and Greg have been married for about 2 years now, so I thought you would have gotten better at this point. But I guess you just don't have any knack for cooking. It shouldn't be that hard to make food taste good.
To be honest, Greg had a physical a little while ago, and he had some issues with his cholesterol and other things too. So I have been trying to dial down the amount of salt and fats that I use when cooking now. That could be why you think the flavor was a little weak. But it's important for his health.
What? He has issues with his cholesterol? He never had any problems at all, even when he was a kid. Just what have you been feeding him all this time? You need to look after him, not give him health problems.
I don't think that it's my cooking that has been causing it. But he hasn't been very active these past years. And he spends a lot of time at home relaxing. So that's probably the biggest contributor.
Even if that's the case, it's still your job to look after his health. You're a stay-at-home wife, so you don't have anything else to do apart from the housework anyway. You should think more about what you can do for Greg.
Well, that's not really true. I might not work full-time, but I still do work from home as well.
That kind of thing is just making a little extra money on the side. It doesn't count as work. You need to focus on his health from now on. Make sure it's your #1 priority.
I think I have been doing that, but sure, I'll make sure to think about it a little more.
And it's not just about using less salt or fat when you cook either. That's not the way to make food healthy. It's important to use lots of different ingredients to make sure that the meals are all balanced. Maybe you should read up a little on nutrition as well. If his health suffers more because of you, I won't forgive you for that. Then can you talk to him and tell him to stop eating so many snacks and drinking sodas? He has been snacking a lot recently, and even when I tell him to cut down, he doesn't listen to me. He just tries to sneak the snacks and eat them when he thinks I won't notice. He doesn't listen to me, but he might listen to you. Greg works hard at work every single day, you know. You can't just take away little pleasures like that from him. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but snacks and sodas aren't good from a health perspective, right? Well, then it's your job to figure something out to allow him to still enjoy those little things. He shouldn't have to make sacrifices like that. Let the man enjoy himself. I don't really agree with that point of view, if I am being honest. Everyone needs to make sacrifices sometimes. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do, so don't tell him to cut those things out of his life. Do you even know how hard it is to work a full-time job? And then if he can't even do what he likes when he gets home, well, I just feel sorry for him. Okay, well, I will try to work something out so that his diet improves and he can keep snacking. Right, you're the one who needs to do the work here, so make sure to not make any demands of him. Right, I got it. Like I said, I will think about it and do my best. Greg is the most important thing in the world to me. He's my son. I want to make sure that he is living every day happily in his marriage. And a lot of that depends on you. You better not do anything to make him unhappy, or else I will have to rethink my stance on your whole relationship. Stella, do you have some free time to talk right now? Good morning, Greta. Sure, I do have time now. What did you want to talk to me about? Did something happen? Nothing happened, but I just wanted to say something about the other day when I invited you and Greg over the other day. And then my niece Millie brought her baby over as well when she came. Right. Yeah, of course I remember that. The baby was such a cutie. I'm so happy for her. And it was nice to see Millie again after such a long time. We hadn't seen each other for ages at that point. Do you remember what Greg was like when looking at the baby? Did you notice anything? What do you mean? Did he do something? I mean, he seemed like he was having fun holding the baby, as people often do. Was there something more specific that you were talking about? He wasn't just having fun. He was completely charmed by the little baby and kept saying how he wanted kids of his own. Oh, that's right. I guess he was saying that. Is that all you have to say about that? It's your job to make sure that he has kids and can start a family as well. Oh, I see. That's what you meant. Well, I also want kids just like him. But I am aware that he wants a kid, of course. I wonder if that is really true that you want kids. If you do want kids, then why haven't you had any yet? You have already been married for over 2 years, so don't you think it's about time that you had a kid? That isn't really a question that I can answer very easily. But let me just say that the two of us have talked about that before. Everything is under control. Why can't you answer the question? I think it's a pretty simple one. Why make it more difficult than it has to be? Could it be that it's because of you? I bet that's why you don't want to come straight out and tell me the reason. Because of me? What do you mean by that? I'm asking if you can have kids in the first place, or are you infertile? That's not the case, no. Is that really the only thing you think it could be? I wonder about that. It might not be the only reason, but it's the first one that comes to mind. If you weren't infertile, I think you would have had kids by now. 2 years and no baby. It couldn't be that you have had a contraceptive surgery to stop you from getting pregnant, could it? I haven't had anything like that done. Why would you even think that in the first place? That's quite a leap to make. More and more people get things like that or IUDs so that they don't have to worry about getting pregnant these days. You do it one time and then you don't have to think about taking the pill all of the time. I didn't get anything like that done, so you can stop worrying about that. I can have kids. There's no issue there. But you were also raised by only one parent, right? You were raised by a single mother. Yeah, that's right. And so what? Greg's father, your husband, has also passed away, so he only has one parent now, too. But he passed away when Greg was already in college, so it's not the same as him being raised by one parent as a kid. Make sure you don't confuse those two things. Okay. I don't really know what you mean by any of this, though. Your parents divorced when you were still very young and then were only raised by your mom without a father figure. I hear girls like that often go down the wrong path. I'm sure you must have been sleeping around a lot when you were younger and could have gotten an IUD for that. I think you're basing your opinion on some bad stereotypes that people have of kids who are raised in single-parent homes. And I certainly wasn't sleeping around a lot, as you put it. And I would appreciate it if you stopped with these random assumptions. But I also heard that it's more difficult for a woman to get pregnant if she slept around a lot in the past. I thought that you must have been one of those types, and that's why you haven't had a kid yet. Greta, you are really going too far with what you're saying to me right now. This is getting uncomfortable for me. I'm just talking about this as a possibility and asking you about it. If you're getting annoyed by it, then doesn't that prove that I hit the mark a little? No, it doesn't prove anything like that at all. I'm getting annoyed because your comments are rude and hurtful. I'm not going to talk to you about this anymore. You're going beyond reasonable conversation now. These things have nothing to do with you, and I don't need to answer questions like the ones you are asking me. Then what are you going to do about this? My son wants a child. When are you going to give him one? When am I going to get a grandchild? I told you that Greg and I have been talking about this together. This isn't something that concerns you, and you don't need to worry about it. We will decide on these things in our own time. We have everything under control. Let's just end it there. I'm just asking all of this for the sake of my son. And you don't want to tell me anything. Who do you think I am? I'm Greg's mother. I deserve to know what's going on. I understand that you might be curious and that you want a grandchild, but this is still too much. This is something for the two of us to discuss together and choose as a couple. I have left it to the two of you this whole time, but you still haven't had any children. That's why I'm worried. There should be kids by now, and there aren't any. Maybe I should have been against him marrying you in the first place. Then he could have been a father already with someone else. Please don't say things like that to me. Greg and I chose to get married. You weren't part of that decision. Or what? You're going to tell Greg about it? You're going to complain to him about me again? Last time I made a comment about you not doing the housework properly, he got really angry at me. I didn't tell him about that. He saw us talking about it and stepped in. That was something between the two of us, but you made it so that he would see us and do something about it. I know how you think. I know that you tried to turn him against me. I didn't do that on purpose. He just happened to see it, that's all. Don't act like I have some master plan to make him distant from you or whatever it is that you were thinking. That is ridiculous. He has become so cold to me ever since he married you. Greg used to be so kind before that. I know that you're telling him things behind my back, and that's why he acts differently towards me now. I haven't done a single thing like that. I haven't said anything that would make him act differently towards you. You're letting your imagination run too wild, Greta. I'm not so sure about that. I don't trust a single thing that comes out of your mouth, you know. Anyway, if you want to stay with Greg, then you better start taking better care of him. If you can't, then I'll really have to do something about it. Stella, did you get the birthday cake that I sent over? I did. It arrived this morning. It was such a nice surprise, too. I didn't expect it at all. I've never seen a cake look so cute. Thank you so much. Well, it's your birthday, so I wanted to do something a little special for you. I got it specially made at a nice little cake store that I found a little while back. So, how was it? Did you eat it already? Was it good? Oh, I hope this doesn't sound too rude, but I'm sorry, I didn't eat it. Hurry up and try it then! And don't worry about leaving any for Greg. This is all for you. I wanted you to have the whole thing yourself since you said that Greg is always snacking. So you should eat it before he gets home. Otherwise, it will all be gone. I'm afraid I can't do that anymore. It is gone already. Greg actually ate it all himself. What? What do you mean he ate it? How did he eat it? He is supposed to be at work today, isn't he? Why was he at home?
He was at work, but he wasn't too far away because he had to meet a client nearby. So he decided to stop in at home on the way back to the office and have some lunch here. And I'm not really supposed to be eating sweet things right now. So Greg ate it.
You need to make him throw it up right now! Now!
What? Why? What's going on?
It doesn't matter why. Just make him throw it up!
He already went back to the office. He isn't here anymore.
Why is this happening? This isn't what it was supposed to go like. What should we do? You need to call him right now and tell him to throw up the cake as soon as he can.
Why does he need to do that? What's going on? Was there something in the cake?
I said it doesn't matter why. Just hurry up and call him. Stella, how is Greg feeling? Is he doing better?
He's doing much better now. He's home from the hospital as well.
Oh, he is out already. Thank God for that.
Do you even realize what you have done?
I know.
If we decided to report you, you could even be arrested for this, you know?
What? Arrested for what? That's not true. You're exaggerating this. All I did was put some laxative in the cake.
If it was just some, as you say, then he wouldn't have had to be taken to hospital in an ambulance.
I know I did the wrong thing. I can admit that. I definitely didn't want to do something that would send Greg to the hospital.
But I was the one who was supposed to eat the cake, right? So you were okay with me being the one sent to the hospital?
You won't have any kids, so I just wanted to get back at you a little bit. It was just a little prank that a child might do.
I won't let you pass this off as just a little prank. It depends on the person, but that kind of amount could really have some bad results. He was throwing up as well, uncontrollably. What do you think that did to the lining of his throat?
But he's not like an old man or something, and neither are you. The intake only matters for the old and sick. You don't need to blow this out of proportion.
Neither of us think that we are overreacting or that this is blowing it out of proportion.
Is he still angry at me right now?
Of course he is angry at you. But the thing he is most upset about isn't that he was the one who got sick. He's furious that you planned that I was the one who would eat it. He said that he wants nothing more to do with you anymore. He doesn't even want to speak to you.
What? What do you mean he wants nothing more to do with me? You mean he wants to sever ties with his mother?
That's exactly what I mean. He's the one who said it as well, not me.
That's a bit too much, isn't it? You don't need to be so upset about this. I know that what I did was wrong and I shouldn't have done it.
Just because you realize that now doesn't mean that it makes everything okay.
It's not like I was trying to kill you or anything, though. So to cut ties with me is a little too much for just what I did. Can't we all talk about this in a more amicable way?
There's nothing for us to talk with you about. What else would there be to say?
Is that why he isn't replying to any of my texts or picking up my calls? Because he really wants to sever ties?
That's pretty much it, yeah. I told you that he doesn't even want to speak to you anymore.
Stella, you have to tell him that I'm sorry. I apologize for what I did. I really regret what I did. Tell him that I will never do anything like this ever again.
Don't worry about that. I know you won't. You won't have an opportunity anymore.
But I was just really worried about what was going on with the two of you. I thought that you weren't letting him become a father. But maybe if I did something to you, then you would listen to what I had to say more.
How could something like what you did make us have children or make me want to listen to you? Don't you think it would have the opposite effect? And it clearly has. But having kids is something that no one has control over. It happens when it happens. There's no need to rush it. And I told you so many times to stop butting in and just let us handle the issue of kids on our own.
But he wants to be a father so badly.
And I also want to be a mother.
But you keep trying to rush it along and accusing me of having some fertility issues amongst other things. How do you think that made me feel? I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I said those things. But Greg is so important to me that when I think about him, I lose sight of everything else. I don't want to hear any more of your excuses. You need to live your life now as though we don't exist. That's what we plan to do regarding you. And we will never be seeing each other again. Don't say things like that, please. He is so important to me. I can't live without seeing him anymore. Well, you were the one who made this situation. You can say he's important to you all you want, but you were the one who hurt him and made him angry enough to make this decision. I know that, but I really regret what I did. I'm so sorry, Stella. Not just for this, but also for the way that I have treated you before as well. I said and did a lot of cruel things to you. Yeah, you did do that. A lot. That's why I was so surprised that you sent me a birthday cake. But I was also really happy because I thought that maybe it was a sign that we were starting to get along better. But here is the result, and I should have known better too. I'm so sorry. But I have realized with this incident that you will never like me or stop looking down on me. It was a waste of time and effort to ever try to get along with you because it will never happen. That's not true. I will do much more to make sure we get along well from now on. Greta, the truth is that I am pregnant right now. Wait, what? Are you serious? Yes, I am. And what do you think could have happened if I ate that cake? I'm still in the very early stage, so there's no telling what could have happened to the baby. What if I had a miscarriage because of it? I didn't know that you were pregnant, though. I had absolutely no idea. Why didn't you tell me about it? We were going to tell people only after I reached a more stable stage in the pregnancy. But that's why we can't forgive you this time around. Things could have ended up much, much worse. And that's saying something considering that Greg was in the hospital. I'm so sorry, Stella. I never would have done that if I knew that you were pregnant. Really, I swear I wouldn't. Please, you have to believe me. I deeply regret doing that. It doesn't matter if you knew or not about me being pregnant. Lacing someone's food with something shouldn't be done regardless. You need to think hard about what you did. I'm really so sorry. You need to forgive me. I'll do anything. Anything at all. I won't ever get in your way again or do anything to cause the two of you trouble. Please tell me what I need to do for you to forgive me. It doesn't matter how many times you apologize or what you do. We're not going to forgive you. Greg and I discussed this, and also considering other things you have done in the past, this is the decision that we have reached. Instead of thinking about us, you should look at yourself and reflect on yourself first. You told me that you wouldn't forgive me if I did anything to make Greg unhappy. But without a doubt, the one who has made him the most unhappy has been you. After that, Greta came by to our house crying and begging us to forgive her, but we didn't let her in. Greg and I were firm in our decision to cut her out of our lives, and we are going to stand by it. She kept trying to come by to talk to us and calling us nonstop as well, so Greg had to tell her that if she didn't stop, then he really would report her for what she did. I guess that scared her off because she stopped trying to contact us after that. She had always loved Greg a lot. That much is true. So having him cut her out of his life was a big shock to her. We heard that she almost only stays in bed and has stopped leaving her house except if she really needs to for something. But having said that, none of our relatives or friends who heard about what happened have any sympathy for her and agree with our decision to cut her out of our lives. My pregnancy has entered a stable stage, and we have started telling people that we are going to have a baby. Everyone is really excited for us as they know how much we wanted to be parents. I was honestly a little worried to have a child with Greta around because I could imagine her stepping out of her lane and giving a lot of unsolicited advice and generally being a nuisance or even a bad influence on our child. She has always been rude to me ever since I married Greg, and I could see her saying bad things to me to my children too so that they would develop a bad opinion of me like the one that she has. Now that I don't have to worry about that anymore, I feel relieved and more ready than ever to finally be a parent.
Greg and I have started to make preparations for the arrival of our baby boy, like buying some clothes and setting up the room where we will have the crib. It's really enjoyable to see the house slowly turning into one where a family is going to live, and these little changes every day make me extremely happy. From now on, I can live with my husband and raise our child to the best of our abilities without worrying about any negative interference. I know that he will make a great dad, and I hope I will be a great mom too.